Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to TKKN and Buff Save the Universe, episode number 35. I'm Chris Adams, the Tekken Master, joined by.
Buff Larkin. Now, you know something? I've always been a gamer who supports his fellow gamers and leads them on and cheers them on to victory. Even if I'm playing against them, I'm always there to give them a good old congratulations, great job. So it hurts my heart when I play with people who, when you fail in getting something, they laugh and they laugh and they laugh some more. I'll give you an example of this. I was playing Fall Guys. Now it has been his. It ha- I'll let that slide for now. It has been historically known throughout the world that I am not the greatest Fall Guys player to even exist. But I have tried, and Lord knows I've tried. And so when everybody else one time failed to make it to the finals, and lo and behold, there I was. Oh, sorry, JCP was in the finals with me, and I got to the finals, and because I suck in this game, I was able to watch the masters around me play this game, so I knew how to kind of move, right? So I get there and I was at the back of the pack, so there was already a negative against me. But I made my way around, and as the balls come flying into people, they're hitting people, knocking my way. I'm somehow avoiding it best I can, and I'm staying on the side so the little spinning hammer don't hit me. And I jump and I jump and I jump and I get to the very top, and I'm all by myself. But unfortunately, the crown I have to grab has now gone up, and so now I have to wait, and of course, that's the worst thing to do in that game. If you wait, you're going to be pooched. So a guy starts coming up behind me, and so I try to move a little bit closer to the thing, so I'm ready to jump and grab it. And when I did, I fell down into the ravine, and somebody else grabbed the crown. So what happened afterwards was that um, there was about 5 minutes of laughter for my failure. Now, I will say this. I laughed myself because, of course, I get the shot and I bombed it. But somebody else laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. And I wonder who that person was. I think it was the great Tekken Master himself. Do you agree there, Mr. Chris Adams?
I guess. I don't remember, so whatever.
Oh, he had the biggest laugh in the whole wide world. And I'm like, you bugger.
I mean, it's a fun time when you're playing Fall Guys and then people make mistakes. It's like, haha, you messed up. And you just keep laughing. And you can't stop
Okay,
laughing because it's so funny.
e- exactly. And I laughed because, but then we look at the other side when there's a master playing and all of a sudden somebody stops him from progressing, and instead of laughing because he's having a good time, he now puts a target on their heads. He goes, that horse, I'm gonna find that horse, I'm gonna shoot that horse if I get a chance. I freaking horse, freaking horse, freaking horse, and so it's yeah. So I can see both sides of the scale, but I'm just saying that I tried and I failed, and we all had a good laugh over it because that's what Fall Guys is. And I'm just busting Chris a little bit here, but I love him. He's a great guy. And he's taught me a lesson. He taught me a saying. During Fall Guys that I hold with me now, even through life's little hiccups. And Lord knows I had a lot of them this weekend. And so when life gets me down or something goes wrong, I just look up to the sky and I just say, "Slime climb will be slime climb," and the world is a much better place after that. Absolutely. Had a guy try to steal a lemon from me yesterday. Well, he tried to steal 4 beers, protein drink, a thing of sushi, and a lemon. And he's trying to go through the indoors. So my very first question was him says, "What are you doing with the lemon?" He goes, you know what they say, you squeeze a lemon, you make orange juice.
What? That's not how that works.
Well, I said, "Oh, really? That's interesting." Uh, and so yeah, so while he was still, and I put this in quotation, shopping, I take a look at the cameras, and I noticed that he has this plastic bag he grabbed from produce that you put your fruit and veggies in, and it was filled with beer and sushi. So I saw watch him and I see him grabbing the beer off the shelf and I go, okay. So I come back down and he's there. I say, okay. And all I did was hold up my hand. I said, where's your lemon? He goes, I put it away. Okay. And I checked his back pocket, said, Lord knows. And this is how people described him. Hey, you think what's that crazy guy doing out there? I said, well, you got to be more specific. He goes, well, that crazy guy out there who's pulling his pants up all the time. Oh yeah, that's the guy. And so I just and the best part is now my philosophy is I'm not going to get in an argument with the guy. I'm just going to hold open my hand, and he knows what I'm talking about. So I hold him. The guy goes, "What are you doing? I'll pay for it." And he gives me $5. I said, "That's not going to pay for all that beer and sushi." He said, "Give me the bag." And so he goes, and so I said, let's take a look in the bag. So that's my next trick. Let's take a look in the bag. So I take one of the handles off the bag. Oh, you got this, 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 this. And as we're looking at it, I'm going and I'm slipping my hand into the other other holder of the bag. And then all of a sudden, now I have the bag in my hand. And I go, yeah, okay, thank you. And I walk away. He goes, but I'm going to get dehydrated. I said, I don't care. You didn't pay for it. You're trying to steal. And so then he got all mad. And out the door he went. So, that's my stories, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, he didn't pull down his pants or anything. It's just, but we got the lemon back, and all the beer, and the protein drink, and the sushi, because I caught yeah. So he got that back as well. So fun times, fun times, fun times. I'll tell you more about that story when we're off the air. For the uncensored version of that story, I'll tell you after. But you know what's more exciting than people stealing lemons or people failing at Fall Guys in the finals that makes everybody laugh? It is the news, the revelations that came out about the Xbox Series X and Series S. And Tech, you're the first one to break the news. I think you're the first one in the whole world to know this stuff. So, at least in my world, you're the first one to unload on that. So, my question to you is, what is going on in the land of Microsoft?
Well, there's some leaks, and then they had to show their hand, and then we got the price, and then we got the release date on top of the price, and it's like, oh, it's got price and the date, so that was nice. So 2 months away, on November 10th, for $299, you get the Series S, and then $499, you get the Series X, and then I believe the only difference as far as functionality is one does 4K and one doesn't, as far as we know now. That could change. I don't believe they've put out like everything as far as specs and blah blah blah, features, blah blah blah. But it seems pretty even, which is pretty good deal for Series S. So I'm already ready to trade my Xbox One in for it. So, and I have like 3 PS4s I could like use as collateral, but I'm gonna save that for PS5. So, and yeah, nice and I don't need a 4K TV because it's only 1440. I mean, you could get 1440, or you can get 1440 on a 1080p, but it's like, dude, like that's only a bit more pixels on a 1440 versus, or a bit higher resolution than like 1080. And it's like, honestly, if you play games now, it's like they all look good anyway. So it's like, I mean, obviously I'll believe it when I see it, but it's like I can't afford to see it because I haven't bought a 4K TV. So it's like, yeah, just like for my HDTV I never had until I had PS4, I'll get a 4K for PS5, but not looking forward to spending the money. So,
The mattress is getting a little bit low.
well, also the frame rate too. They said, I believe up to 120 frames on both as well, but like 4K, 4K at least 60. I'm not sure if it's 4K 120 as well, but that's pretty fast on Series X. So it's also just
So
ugly, and it's like I'm not really like digging the design of it. So it's like I'm sure they're
is
gonna like
that
redesign it eventually, and like or do like a PlayStation 4 Pro or Xbox Series X move and like put up an upgraded version later on.
no that's the one you're talking about that looks like a speaker?
The Series S is the speaker.
Okay, good. Okay. So right now, I know you don't have a lot of hands-on knowledge of this stuff, as far as I know. But if you're looking at both sides of the scale, Xbox plus PlayStation, where are you seeing? Is there a dominance right now, or are they pretty much all running the same?
Uh, well, they're already in the same, so we haven't seen anything, and they're not out yet, so they're basically uneven. Like, you mean it's like what, like as far as like performance and like the games?
Yeah, yeah, for stats and all that, right? Yeah,
Oh, specs and stuff. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, I believe that Series X has more teraflops. I think so. It's possibly like a more powerful, faster machine, but like ultimately, they're doing the same resolution, so it's not like they're both 4K, so it's not like oh man, it looks so much better because it's in this high resolution. It's like they're both. It's like it's kind of like the old or like throw it back to like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Like they're both 16-bit machines. They're both sprite based. It's like some look better, some don't. But it's like that's all dependent on like development time and like who developed it and like all the resources put in and who is behind it, the team that made it. It's not like it's just magically going to be like, oh man, just because it's on Series X or just because it's on PS5, it's going to be amazing. And that being said, what was shown at like the first Xbox Series X gameplay reveal was like a joke, and they had to redo it. And then even then, it was like not. I wasn't blown away. So it's like and then like I feel like this PS5 honestly got away with one because like even though it was in my opinion better, it was only because like it wasn't by a lot. It was like I feel like they had like the good stuff. They had like Ratchet and Spider-Man and like Horizon, but it was like mixed in with like a bunch of other stuff that was like or like okay, not but like just the stuff that like the amount of time. It's like it wasn't like a full trailer for some of these things, and like that's what the big problem was with like the Series X reveal was like it was like a lot of 10-second teasers with like barely any gameplay, all CG. It's just like it, if I feel like they had less of that at the PS5 thing, but they also had some of that, but because they had more of like the actual like 30 seconds of gameplay, which is like, come on guys, like we can do better. Virtual slices, please, or not virtual, but vertical slices, but whatever. So it's whatever.
They'll only give you what you need. That's what if Xbox is given 30-second slices, then that's what PlayStation will do. Because why not? Why do you have to show your whole hand beforehand, right? Let them think you don't have anything, and then come out at launch and go.
Well, that's the
Right.
thing though. Is like people are skeptical, so it's like until you show something that's like, oh, this is next gen. It's blowing me away. I haven't seen anything like this before ever in my life. Oh, so amazing! It's like until you show something like that, it's like okay, I can't really get on board here. So it's like that's why after the game, Xbox X, like the initial reveal is like, ooh, everyone's like, I don't know, man, this is bait and switcher. Who knows? Who knows what's happening? What are they doing over there? It's just like, ooh. So yeah. Or like also like if you just look at the first party like lineup this gen on PS4 and Xbox One, it's just like it's not even a competition. It's like PS4 just like is blown Xbox out of the water as far as like that comparison. It's like you got Uncharted, you got Horizon, you've got Killzone at launch, you've got Order 1886 at launch, or like not at launch, but like back in the day. Then you've got like effing Beyond Two Souls, all the Quantic Dream stuff. Uh, Other stuff I can't think of right now. Insomniac, whatever they made.
Clack, crunch, work,
Knack. Yes.
knack. That's it. Yeah.
Knack.
There you
Effing
go.
Tsushima just
Yeah.
came out. Yeah, like Last of Us 2, like all the stuff that came out this year. Last of Us, Tsushima, um, good stuff like that. Dreams. And meanwhile, on in Xbox land, it's like Gears, Forza, Halo, Usual Suspects. Ooh. And then this time it wasn't Gears, Forza, Halo. It was
Forza.
Halo, Forza, Fable, but there's no date on Fable, so it's way far off and it's all CG. So it's like I guess apparently a lot of people like that game because like I saw a lot of excitement on Twitter. But I was like, whatever, dude, because I've played that game. And, I mean, I played three. I didn't play one and two, so I guess if I go back, maybe if it holds up and it's like, oh, this is really good, I could get excited. But it's just like, I mean, like the people that like were or the studio behind it, I believe is like dissolved. There's no more Lionhead, So it's like, it's just an IP or property now that gets tossed around to whoever wants to make it. So hopefully it's in good hands.
So is one like when you're talking about is one going to be like downloadable only? I know you're saying there's a big difference between the 4K and that is, but it will Microsoft offer one that's just a downloadable content
Actually,
only?
that was actually very interesting. Is that the Series S was the there's no disk drive in that one. It's digital only. I don't.
The speaker?
Yeah, the speaker. I'm not actually sure
Okay.
about Series X. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on a physical disc of some sort, but I don't. I'd have to look at it again because it's like that. It's just like I look at that and I see like a very monolithic tower, and it's like I don't see if there's a disc. There's probably a disc tray in there. It's whatever. If it's on Blu-ray, if it's on 4 Ultra H or UHD disc, or whatever. So, but yeah, there's. The $500 one will most likely have a disc drive. That would be like silly if it didn't. So I'm pretty sure it does. I'll look it up.
So what you're saying is that hopefully by next week when we do our talk, you'll have some PlayStation news as well.
Hopefully. Oh man. It was
So,
I mean that being said that is kind of a big deal like if you think about it because everybody's like you have to appease retail and you can't just put out like a digital only console and they kind of well I mean for the low end they did but like I imagine the low end's going to sell higher than the high end because it is the price on it and then like the just I have Game Pass and I think it's just I gush about it all the time I talk about it because it's such an amazing service so it's like the fact that they were able to come out at such a low price and like you can combo that with Game Pass, and it's just like you have instant games, and you can just you don't need to go to the store. It's like you can get the console, get Game Pass, and you just are good. And it's like wow,
so
that's pretty crazy that they went over retail on that one. And all the first party games are on Game Pass. So it's like you don't like all the games I just talked about. Like that they're trying to make you want to come to the dark side with, like the Halo, Gears, Forza are on Game Pass. So it's like check
mhm,
those out.
very good. So, if you were Sony, if you're the head of Sony, gaming side, of course, what would you do with all this information that came out right now? If you were sitting at the head of the table and said, "Okay, this is our strategy," now that Xbox has finally shown their hand, what would you do?
I mean, I would just lean into what they're already doing good, which is first party, and like just hit after hit after hit with that, and then whatever features on the hardware that are just going to be cool, which is apparently the haptic or the not hap is it haptic feedback? Whatever, the weird
Buddy,
controller
don't ask me, man.
stuff they
Don't
have
ask me.
with Rumble, and they've got like 3D audio. That's really, I mean, that being said, I have a Platinum headset, and like, dude, yeah, like surround sound headsets, current gen. I mean, I was already using headsets for audio because it's like so good. Because like PS3, my Turtle Beach, like just the audio cues on like Call of Duty, so good. But like, yeah, they've like that is just like a very immersive, feature to just have the audio, like someone's whispering right in your ear, right next to you. That can like have that's such a like a very cool thing to have in a game when it's just like it's like oh man what's that sound or what's that noise and it's just like very dependent. It's like also like very like whatever you're playing. Like if it's an action game, it's like explosions everywhere, super super intense, creepy horror game, creepy the f out of like I'm not going over there. So that happened to me in Resident Evil 2 actually. Like the remake, Mr. X dude is like his or not situational, but his like location based audio when he's like stalking you in RAPD in the Raccoon City I'm sorry not RAPD the Raccoon City Police Department. Whew, it got to me like to such a point that I had to like stop playing because I was like, this is too intense, and this is like, yeah, I reached my limit because I just do not like scary games anyway. So yeah,
Hmm.
but
Wow.
so it's like they have awesome first party. They've got like the like cool hardware. They have VR, which Series S and Series X don't have, at least not yet. So they could do that. What else? I don't know. It's like games, hardware, and features. I mean, price. I mean, I guess on the same level, they're going to get undercut obviously because I don't think they're obviously not going to be able to like put it out at 300. But it's like that's kind of like where they're at now. Is like okay, we have to like sell this to where we're going to make people want this and want to pay more for it, or at least if they're getting. Or if we're doing like a apples to apples comparison like we're Series X and PS5 because Series S is not 4K. It's like we can actually show, okay, well our hardware actually is better, and like look at these games, and then like show some like actual games, and like just blow us away and be like, 4K, 60 frames, oh it's amazing, and just like you have to play this on PS5 because it looks so good. And like if our first party games look this good, then obviously the third party games will look even better. So, but that's even that's probably that's kind of that's kind of hyperbole since like I believe they are using like the same chipsets and everything, so it's actually kind of weird because it's like at this point they're just like the same computers, different branding.
There you go. So, with that being said, you're gonna pick it up. You're gonna pick up one of them.
Oh, I'm
Probably
getting
the
both, dude. Like
you're gonna get.
I've already decided I'm getting Series S, and then I'm gonna get PS5 like whenever they announce pre-orders. And that's the other thing. Pre-orders, I believe, are 22nd of September, which is this month. So I am
Yep.
going to go venture out into the real world for the first time in 6 months and face the danger to, get my next-gen video games. The one thing I would go outside for.
So I have to. So okay. So for you, it's gonna cost $2.99 for the speaker box, right? Is that the one you're
You
getting?
keep saying that.
So you're getting the speaker, right?
Yes, the speaker.
Oh, okay. So it's $2.99, $300. So I have to make up. So for you that's so $300 for the speaker. I have to probably 400. So in 2 months I have to put $200 away a month to pay for it right outright. And that's not counting additional controllers. That's not counting additional, whatever, and games, of course. So that's if the PS5 comes in at that price. If not, then I'm gonna have to save even more. So I'm gonna have to sell a child. That's all I'm saying. We'll talk more about my financial distress here when we get the PS5. I got someone in the inside at a store,
Someone on
and
the
so
inside.
they'll let me know when it's ready to go, and I can be the one or first or second person because there won't be a lot coming out. So it's like,
That's the other thing,
bam.
dude. I think the reason Sony is like so mum is like they're trying to like get their what's that word called? Their distribution pipeline in order, like all their like shipping and like manufacturing, and like they have to make them and then they have to ship them and then the stores have to get them. It's just a whole thing at launch, man. It's a
Yeah.
whole thing. So it's like they don't want to like you know, put this out and like have a high demand and like end up with like a Wii situation where it's just like you can't get one for like months or years, and scalpers
Yeah.
are just like,
Set up. Oh
charging
wait.
exorbitant prices, which is
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. That's not a good marketing strategy
no. I mean,
because
I honestly
there's
don't think it is. Some people say if you like
the
have too few and people like just like the demand is like more than the supply, it's like it makes people want it more. But it's like I disagree with that. I feel like that would just make me like not even care. It's just like if I couldn't
well,
get one, I'm just like giving up. Because honestly, like
it,
if I had not
it
gotten a Wii at launch, I would have been like, dude, I will just not bother because it's just too hard and
and
not worth it.
and now looking back, do you wish you didn't get that system at launch?
Yeah, I like the Wii.
Name me three games that you'd play right now on the Wii.
Sky or not Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, Mario Sunshine, and No More Heroes.
Okay, one game that wasn't a franchise game. Okay, that's good. All right, so that's good. Okay, name me about 10 more then.
There
There you
aren't
go.
10 more. I can name
10
like
more
maybe
games.
maybe five more, like Metroid Prime Trilogy, Mad World, that scuba diving game I can't think of right now. I think it was called like Deep Blue or something. Let me see, Mario Kart, obviously. Well, I mean not Mario Kart because it's like they kind of messed up with motion controls on that one. I'm not gonna say Smash Brothers because that was the one that broke me on Smash Brothers, dude. I was like kind of down because the online play did not work. I don't believe there's a Pokemon game, so that's kind of a bummer. Let's see what else is there. I think there's a
We
Castlevania. Oh,
we
that's
We
you.
Sports. Don't forget that. We
No,
Sports.
no. I mean, if we're counting virtual console games, which are not, but I could name like easily that. Um, I think there was. Hmm. I can do this. I can do this. Two more games, Tekken.
Two more games. Two
Two
more
more
games,
games.
Tekken. Two more games, Tekken.
All right. So Well, there's no M-rated. Oh, wait, no. Manhunt 2 is not good. Never mind. I was like, Manhunt, but then I was like, that's not good.
No,
What else did they port? Hmm. Oh, there's that Donkey Kong something something.
Barrel Blast.
Well, I can't think because like I want to say Tropical
Is
Thunder,
it?
but like because that's like
Oh,
the really good
maybe.
one. But I can't think of like the subtitle of it. But then I didn't play that one. But I would just say it's like so it's like I don't want to recommend it if I haven't played it. I know there's a Monster Hunter game, but I didn't play that one either. And like also, it's kind of X and motion. I don't know if it uses motion controls, but Oh, actually, Tatsunoko versus Capcom. That's on there. So that's there we go. There's another. So that okay. How many was that? Prime, Mad World.
Let's just say we give it to you. We give it to you. Now, okay. What was the biggest sham of the Nintendo era? Nintendo Wii,
What do you mean by
or
sham?
well, the biggest waste of time of a console.
Oh, Virtual
What,
Boy,
what
dude.
was
I would
okay,
say
well, Virtual Boy.
you can't,
Yes,
dude. You cannot knock the Wii. It was like, it was such
the
a like
Wii or
culturally important moment for video games where like it just coalesced and just like it reached. Wow, I had the phrase in my brain and I completely lost it. But geez, the mass appeal of just
okay,
like everybody loved it, or just like the vast majority of people just like got in on it, and we were able to
because
like
even
convert non-believers finally, and
yeah,
just
because
like
even mom could stand on the board.
critical mass. That's what I wanted to say. But yes,
Okay, Nintendo Wii or the one with the system before it. What was the system before it? It was the
GameCube,
lunchbox.
GameCube.
GameCube. Yes, thank you. If
Uh,
you went back in time and you killed the person who created either one of those two, who would you, so that would never exist, which one would you kill?
oh man, dude, it's like, I mean,
Can
that's
you give me five good GameCube games?
dude, that's easy. Resident Evil 4, Metroid Prime, Pikmin, Super Mario Sunshine. Oh, wait, actually, F Sunshine. F that game, dude. F. That's like the. I'm okay. Okay. I'm okay. I don't mean to say F. I said it, but I don't mean it. But it's like that's like the worst 3D Mario game. So it's like I have very passionate opinions about that game
Taste.
because I'm a
Very
very
bad.
big Mario fan. So it's like I
Yeah.
say that because it's like a go-to. But then I'm like actually F that game. But I mean I said that, but that's what I mean. I don't mean it, but it's like that's how I feel. Anyway, so Pikmin,
Yeah, wait.
Metroid Prime, Resident Evil 4, Skies of
Mario
Arcadia,
Sunshine. Mario Sunshine.
Skies of Arcadia, and a fifth game, F-Zero GX. Boom, 5 games.
Okay, so you see those games came pretty quick to you. Then the Wii ones, they didn't really come quick to you. So
There
really,
was
you think
droughts, dude. That's the problem with Wii. It's like there were droughts where it's like nothing was coming out, and it's just like, well, I have nothing to play, and it's like that sucked, man. It was effing. It was the worst of times and the best of times. It was weird because it was like,
see,
this is such a cool console, but Nintendo was like not putting out anything very on a like regular basis. And then third parties were
was
just
it?
like mostly shovelware and just like shoehorned motion controls garbage, like
Mhm.
waggle garbage. And it's just like, dude, like nobody's like taking this seriously. Like we could have like awesome, cool stuff. You could just like put your wrap your head around it and like put your mind to it and believe. Okay, maybe not believe, more achieving than believing in this case. But please make it happen, and it didn't happen.
So So, do you believe that the lunchbox didn't do so well?
I love you keep
So
saying
that
that.
so they well, it was you had a little handle to it, and you put your lunch in it, and there you go, you're all set.
That's a disk
Now,
drive, dude. You're not gonna fit your
well,
lunch in
you could.
that.
It looks like a lunchbox. If you're walking down the street and you had that in your hand, people say, "Oh, this guy's taking his lunch to work." But anyways, so is it because of the failure of the lunchbox that caused Nintendo to that was that the financial woes that hit Nintendo was because of the failure of the GameCube?
I mean, not exactly, because they had DS around. I think before. Okay, they had like DS like towards the end of the GameCube. It was like DS and Wii. But like when they had DS and Wii, dude, it was just like a money printing apparatus because those both blew up and were just like amazingly successful. But like they had Game Boy Advance before that, and like I mean that's the thing is like Nintendo is like still like has always been killing it on handhelds. So it's like until the current gen when they had like the hybridization combination of like let's put a console and handheld together and make the dream baby that they made with the Switch. It's like before that they had like the two buckets of money, and it's so like they
What
still
was
had
what,
them. They
what
still had like handheld money. They just like their hardware was just like not. I don't think they were like losing a lot of money. They just like weren't as successful.
what's a better name, the Switch or the Dream Baby? Because I think Dream Baby actually is a better name. I'm just throwing it
Switch.
out. I'm
Switch
just throwing
is
it out
Switch
there.
is a
I
weird
like that.
Switch is a weird
The
name because
dream
it's like an everyday object. Let's like light switch, door switch.
that what are you doing? I'm playing the Dream Baby. I think that's that's a perfect name for it.
Oh.
You know that lunchbox? No, I traded in the lunchbox. Got 10 cents for it. That's the lunchbox for you. Anyways, okay. So as we all patiently await the news from PlayStation, since they're dealing with the distribution chain, as my insider here has said, it's not. It's just all about
I'm not an
distribution.
insider.
The insider, Chris Adams, that's what we call him. He's now going to go by that name and not Tekken Master. Now he's the insider.
The insider.
The insider, Chris Adams.
I
He
kind of like
wants,
that. That makes me feel like a spy or like double agent or something cool, like espionage,
yeah.
infiltration, and sabotage. I like it.
He won't stop until he's inside. That's so. What have you been playing this week?
All right. Well, before we continue, I just want to say that the Xbox Series X will have an Ultra HD Blu-ray drive, so 4K discs on that one. And at the end, I will name 10 Wii games. All right, because it's like it's bugging me. But what I've been
Now,
playing.
now does the speaker come with like a Wi-Fi, like a Bluetooth thing, so it can kind of link up, and so you can play your music in other parts of the home,
I
or
imagine
is it
it. I imagine it is
is it
Blu-ray wow. I imagine it is Bluetooth compatible, but I don't know.
could it also be like, okay, like, hey, Xbox X, can you tell me how far it is to Wichita? Like, is it like Alexa
No, it's
kind
not
of
like
thing?
Alexa. I
Oh,
mean,
okay,
I
because
imagine there's going to be like
kind of
something
looks like an
weird on
Alexa.
it that's like that, where it's like it'll
Yeah.
have Edge support or something on the
If
console.
you could name, all right, if you could name your Xbox Series S and like give it a name and then be like Alexa, what would you name it? Hey, Dream Baby.
I wouldn't name it Dream Baby. That's not a name. That is that.
That's something.
I
That's
mean, that
something you
could be a
also
name,
feel.
but like Bob Jake Jack name, not like effing Dream Baby name. I would name it something like a normal person, human name. And I don't know
Like
what I'd
Bob
name it because I
Jake.
don't name consoles, and that's a weird question. What would you name
Can can
yours?
can you name it Bob Jake Jack?
I was using that as an example.
I think he's actually a voter for Trump.
What?
Bob Jake Jack. Hey, Bob Jake Jack.
Oh my
Where are you
gosh.
going today, Bob Jake Jack?
Oh my
Anyways, no,
gosh.
I'm just saying you had the Alexa thing, right? So the joke was is that this thing could be like another Alexa. So what would you name it? Because you can't go say, "Hey, Xbox Series X."
Yes, you can. You can just be like Xbox, blah blah blah. Or, I mean, that could that. I mean, that'd be weird, dude. I mean,
Xy
honestly,
baby.
I would name it like the S name would probably be like Samara because it's a Mass Effect character, so it's like it's an
Uh,
S name, and it's like yeah, I like that. So yeah, I would name it Samara. Mm.
Samara. There you go. Not Seamus.
Not Seamus, no.
Okay. Or same
Oh my gosh. Ugh, seriously.
Bob Jim Jack. Jack Jim Bob. Hey, Jack Jim Bob. What you doing? Voting for Trump. Oh, that go for you, Jim Jack Jim. Uh, might set some houses on fire. Oh, you go, Jim Jack Job. Anyways. Um, so again, let's get back into let's be serious for a second. All right.
For a second.
For a second. What have you been playing?
Well, after I finished Skyrim, I was like, let's start another game. But I was like,
Why
I don't know
not?
what to start. And I was like, I don't really play another long game. But I was like, I really want to play this game that's been sitting here on my hard drive for like years and I haven't played it. So I started this game called Zone of the, or not Zone, Children of the Zodiacs, which is a strategy RPG. I quite liked it, but then I was like, dude, this is gonna take a while because I got some parts I need to level up before I do the next story thing. I was like, man, I don't want to play another long game. But then I was like, I don't know what to play.
Yeah, because
And
with all the things you have to do in your life, you have to you have to get up,
yep.
you have to eat,
Mm-hmm.
you have to go to the bathroom, you have to go back to sleep. You gotta have your afternoon nap. That helps you
Afternoon
keep you
nap.
up all night. Yeah, afternoon nap. So, and then that's about it, right? And then rinse and repeat. So, yeah, your timing is for playing this is. See, this is the thing is you could play this game. That's the thing, and I'm not gonna. This isn't an insult. All right, I'm gonna say that right off because I know you get offended quickly. Normal people would have to take weeks and months and years to play this kind of a game, but you, because you have the time on your hand, could take care of this in like 2 days. Would you not? Would you not think that?
Um, well, the thing is, at the time, I was trying to stream every day, and I was like trying to cool it on like the whole, cracking out thing, because I was like,
What
this
does
is
that
not.
mean? Are you on crack now?
No, I'm not on crack. Jeez.
Okay,
What I'm saying is that like
thank
when I
goodness.
air quote play a game, I prefer to play it at like 12 or more hours a day, and like until I
Ugh,
finish it. And so
ugh.
because I have like 3 game nights every week now, I can't just do that every day of the week. And then it's like
No,
I'm trying to get back to normalcy, and then I also need to clean my apartment and like get my
for your
immigration
getaway.
get my immigration status. I'm trying to work on that too. So I'm trying to actually get things done and like not just be playing games 24/7 now. So it's like I'm trying to focus here and take things seriously and be an adult. So it's like I kind of need to like cool it. So that's what
We are
I'm
hiring. We
transitioning
are we are hiring.
to.
If you want to come and work for us, we are hiring.
I'll take it into consideration.
Well, yeah, all you do is come in and just, hey, I drove all the way from Wichita, Kansas. Can I have a job? I'll say, we'll see. What's your weakness? He goes, and you say hot women. I go, oh, well, that's good. A
That's not my
weakness.
weakness.
What's your biggest strength? Hot women. Oh, well, that's
Also not my
strength and a
biggest
weakness.
strength.
That's it. Well, eh, what's your biggest weakness? Mario Sunshine.
My biggest weak. Like, what do you mean in terms of what?
Your biggest weakness when it comes to work.
When it comes to work, hmm, that's a good question. I don't know. My biggest weakness? I, I mean, I don't want to say I don't have a weakness, but it's like I just show up and do the thing. So it's like, I
Yeah,
guess.
say that in the interview. I just show up and do the thing, baby. Don't worry about me. Just give me the job. I just show up and do the thing. I'll be the man. Good, you're hired.
It's like, yeah, it's
We'll
like how
see.
how do you think I lasted for almost 14 years at my last job?
Blackmail.
Wow.
Do you want to see these pictures? No? There you go. These are the times I want to work at. There you go. Put me on that schedule. You know, make sure all the good-looking honeys are working when I'm working.
I
All
never
right?
talk like that.
Yeah, that's what you will when you come up to Canada and talk to me.
Hmm.
If I don't hear that in an interview, you can also, I'll set you up. You come to Ontario, we'll take care of you. Me and our good friend, the associate that you know of, we'll take good care of you. Okay? Forget this Alberta thing. The oil fields are drying up. Come to Ontario. Come to Ontario. We'll take care of you. We'll take care. We'll talk after the podcast. Now you got me. Now you got me going. Now, so now I want to get you a job. All right. Oh, your weakness being you're afraid of going outside
I'm not afraid to go outside all the time in normal
all the time,
times.
but you're now.
I mean, I'm not afraid. I just don't want to, so it's different. I
So
mean, that's. I'm not a classic agoraphobic. I just don't like to
no,
go out there, so it's whatever.
exactly. Air smells too fresh out there. Doesn't have that nacho cheese smell that you're getting used to.
Whatever.
So when so I hear the vaccine's going to come out in October. Is
Yeah,
that
it's not.
true?
That's I'm very skeptical of that.
And the only reason why it's coming out in October is because it's before a very important date, as your president said. So how's that going to work? He thinks he's
What
gonna.
do you mean?
He
How's it gonna
thinks
work?
he thinks he's gonna fix it all before the election. And here I thought Fauci was saying it wasn't going to be able to available till next year. How's that working out?
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
That is definitely not something I'm going to be in the beta test queue for sure,
Is this one
or
of those
the
things that
first wave for
yeah,
sure. So yeah.
yeah. Is this one of those that you're going to eat your hat if you're proven wrong kind of thing?
I
I'll
mean,
eat
I'm
my
not
hat.
gonna eat my hat because I'll be happy, but it's like it won't change my opinion of the leader of the country at the current time.
Do you think the Republicans for Trump that don't wear a face mask, do you think they're actually going to take the shot?
Some of them, actually, yeah, I think they would because it's like they're all in on the death cult. So why wouldn't they follow their leader to the end of the edge of the
Oh,
cliff?
the death that he won't take the shot.
Well, obviously.
So when they're not going to take the shot, if they didn't wear a mask, were they going to take a shot? No. It the shot, and I'll tell you this much, and I'll tell you this much right now. The stuff in the shot tracks your movements within at least a meter from the satellites that are obscuring you, and also while it's in your blood, it can read your thoughts and send it to the thought police.
Oh my gosh.
So if you take the shot, you're giving yourself over to the government, who is right now run by the lizard people, and as we've discussed earlier in this podcast, the elves. And the elves,
We didn't talk about that on the podcast. We're talking about that before the podcast.
the elves are going to be. Everybody talks about like the lizard people, like they're like the big bad, but it's the elves themselves. The elves themselves. Look at that. That's going to be the true uh, menace to this world as we see it, because they have magical powers. And I tell you this much right now, when I see that tweet that says exactly the same thing, I will definitely forward it to you. I'll retweet it to you. I'll say, hey, look at this. I'm not alone in my thinking here. Does this look familiar? Yes. It's the elves. Watch out for the elves. They make cookies and
Oh my gosh.
they take over the world with their cookies. That's all I'm saying. Because just think about this, Tekken. How can they make all those cookies out of a tree? And
I
the
don't
answer,
know. How
you
could
want to
they?
do you want to know the answer? You want to know the answer?
With tree.
Magic, magic.
Okay.
The same kind of things that yeah, exactly. So I think I've proven my point, haven't I?
I mean, is there anything else that they use um, this apparent magic on? You know, their magical powers.
Well, cookies for one. That's the important one. But then systematically taking over the world is a close second. But cookies had to be first. It's their business. Just like Trump. His business is all this other stuff, and being president is number two. But if we can work both of them at the same time, it's all good. It's all good. My insane thoughts are actually becoming quite clear, aren't they? Yes, they are. How do they make those cookies in that tree? So okay, so
Oh my
back getting back to
gosh.
our before you went on your tangent there about elves and trees. Um,
That was not me. That was you. Thank you very much.
what is so you wanted to play a game called the Knights of Shamaning, and so I don't know.
I didn't say the Knights of whatever that you just said.
Well,
I
whatever.
said Children of the Zodiacs.
Yeah, there he is, Zodiacs. Yeah, that's it.
Knights of the
And
Shaman.
so
What the F?
the Knights of Sushi. Yeah, okay, there you go. The Zodiac Sushi. That's what you're playing. Anyways, and so you didn't want to play that because it's too long. So what have you decided on playing then?
I just went back to playing what I was playing before, or just only the game night stuff. So basically,
Oh, more
uh,
crowns.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fall Guys,
I
Hot
forgot.
Shots,
I
D and
forgot. I
D,
Yeah,
and
there
then
you
I
go.
played Destiny this week for the first time in months. So I'm back on
It,
the D train.
is it back on?
So
That's not good. You don't say that, Tekken. Don't say that, Tekken.
I already did. But basically, what I'm trying to do with that
You
game
know I'm going to use that on game night somewhere.
is that I am
Oh,
trying
he's back
to
on the D train.
I'm trying to do. There's like a quest line. There's not a quest line, but there's like things in the game to do that are like achievement mini thingy achievement things that are like called triumphs. And if I get like three more, I need like three more, and I get a free T-shirt. And it's like every year they do the Age of Triumph, and it's like a whole celebration of like everything you've done in the year. And it's like, well, I kind of have to come back and do this because I've obviously served my time in this game. So it's like I don't want to like have it be all for nothing. So it's like
Hmm.
I'm trying to decide if I want to do that and finish the season pass, or if I just want to leave it and just like never play the game again. Because it's like this is a
Well,
good stopping point, and it's like
you're going.
next gen is
Here's,
here. I don't
yeah,
need to play this garbage anymore. So I
yeah.
think I'm free.
It's like having a girlfriend, right? Sure, she's been great for a couple of years, but
What?
in, co- in comes Denise with some enhancements. You're like, "Pfft, you're gone. New one's in. There you go. Anyways, so that's a good idea. I'm glad you're finally ditching the Destiny. Finally, it only took you 3 years. But what happens if Destiny comes out for the PS5?
It's going to be on the PS5. I'm not going to play it. I'm
So
over it. It's
so here
done. There's
so here
I have no more enjoyment when I play this game. When I played it this week, I was like, wow, I'm playing it for like less than 30 minutes. I already want to kill myself. So it's
well
like I
you're
don't
playing
like it anymore.
well
I'm all the way on the hate spectrum of the love hate relationship, and I'm ready for a divorce and
there you go.
separation, and
So
never seen it again.
so here's my question. Okay, when you're playing half an hour, you're like, "Where's my crown? I don't have a crown yet. Oh, I hate this game.
What are
I
you
need my crown."
talking about?
Well, because you've been so used to playing Fall Guys and getting crowns, it's like, oh, I played for a little bit, get a crown. You play this game for like half an hour, like, ugh,
That's
where's my
not
crown?
that's not
Where's my?
even how
I'm
this
the best.
works.
There you go. How many crowns did you get? Now you went on. Oh, before we do that, I want to go back to it. Actually, I remember a question I wanted to ask because I'm old, so I forget my questions. Then I remember them later on. So, because we're getting a lot of rehashes, we get a PS4 game's going to be coming on to PS5. Um, would you be interested in playing those games in a new setting? And how old would a game be on an older system if it comes to PS5 with updated graphics, blah 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 blah? Would you play it?
What do you mean on a new setting? What does that mean?
Well, say Kessen, all right, PS2, all right,
Mm-hmm.
you haven't seen any of it. If it came out for PS5 and the graphics are updated and all that kind of stuff, would you play it again, even though it is the same game as it was on the PS2?
You mean a remake or a
Yeah,
remaster? Yeah, I'd play it
remaster.
if it was like
Okay.
if it's one of like a game that I cherish and is beloved to me. Yeah,
If it was, there was a game on PS3 like SSX Tricky, which I know is your favorite
that was
game.
not on PS3. That was on PS2. And
Okay,
my
let's just
favorite is SX3, not tricky.
and was SS3 was on PS3.
That was on PS2.
It was
There was
okay.
another one I think. Well, no, On Tour was after three, but it wasn't as good. And then there was like there was one that came out on PS3. I can't remember the name because it was like a reboot, and it was like stupid because it was like Hazard, oh, dangerous snowboarding, oh, not as good.
Okay,
So just
so
yeah.
let's just say let's say a game then for PS3. All right, and it was like not a main game, but it was one of those offshoot games, and so and it came to PS3. Would you play it?
Yeah.
If there was a game that came out for PS4 and it came out to PS5 with updated graphics, would you play it?
With up, would I have to buy it again?
Yeah,
No.
everything you have
If
to
it's on
buy. So
PS4, it's like
good.
I could just
I just wanted to know your level. I just want to know the
if
level
it
and
just
where you'd
if it's on
say,
PS4, it like literally just came out. I mean, it didn't literally just come out, but it's like, dude, it's like it. I mean, they could make substantial upgrades and everything, but it's like I'd rather play something else. If it's in like if they're just gonna like go back to the well that quickly, it's like I'd rather just play something else and pass on that one if it's PS4 game.
okay, so that's your limit. Anything like PS3 games, I wouldn't play anything. I wouldn't play anything like an older system because if it's the same game, it's not giving you as much like a PS5 game. I'm going to assume is all encompassing, right? It's like this giant game. So to play like a PS3 game
That's
or
not.
PS2, It'd be
That's not how that works, dude. It's
like
like there are different genres that do different things that like mean different things to different people. So it's like a 2D shooter is just a 2D shooter. Like every 2D shooter is basically the same. It's like except for graphic fidelity. So it's like gameplay wise they're all kind of similar or very
okay.
similar, very samey. So it's like you're not really
So you're okay with the with them bringing out like rehashes then?
they're not rehashes. They're remasters, dude. It's like it,
Do they
they
change
are
the game
not
at all?
they are not one to one the same game. And look at Final Fantasy 7 remake and look at Resident Evil 3 and look at Resident Evil 2. Like those games are not 100% one to one
N-
copies of
No,
their
they're not. I'll give you that one because
progenitors.
they've updated the game. Yes, they updated the game. I'll give you that. But but thing is if because and they add a little bit too, I would imagine to those games. But I'm just saying, like a PS4 and a PS5 is like, why exactly, right? So I would just say play everything new, and anybody rehash, they're trying to fill in their gaming gap holes to keep to keep
Gap
to
holes,
keep
that's a good one. Sorry.
the gap
I could
holes.
not laugh at it.
That should have been our
So many good words this
that
episode.
should yeah.
Dream baby
Yeah.
gap holes. Ride the
Well,
D
no,
train.
let's not put gap holes and baby in the same sentence. If you really want the government to come down on you, that's actually what you would have to. Yeah. No, let's just pass on that one. I don't usually put the hammer down on what not to put on here. That one I'm putting the hammer down. That's all I'm saying. That's right. Anyways, so back to our original topic. You're playing games. So what game have you decided you're going back to doing your crowns. So how many crowns have you won now?
I don't know. I have like 20 because I spent some to get stuff. Like there's a banana costume, there's a toucan outfit, there's some sweet colors, there's some other crap. I spent my crowns, so I'm back to 20 because I don't actually play Fall Guys very much because I'm just like whatever. So
Too good. Yeah. It's like you don't have to. You don't have
I
to.
have no
You're like
motivation. Yeah, it's like I just
yeah,
don't
it's
care.
like, oh, yeah, well,
I'm max level. I've got a bunch of crowns. I only need to like win 5 in a row for the platinum, but it's like super hard, and I don't feel like trying, so it's whatever. So
don't. Oh, bull says that's a bunch of bull. You get a platinum, you win five in a row. Bing. That's why you're going all nuts
I
on
mean, that's the thing is
last
like
week.
the
You wanted
difficult
it.
the difficulty level versus like amount of like I have to try for it. It's just like it's not worth it, dude. So I'm just like whatever. If I get it, I get it. But I probably won't
Oh,
because it's like I'm
see,
not bothering trying. I'd
see,
have to
I
like
didn't.
play all day, and it's like I don't want to play that game all day. I'd rather play other stuff.
Yeah, okay. Now I understand why you're going like, oh, won three in a row, and it's like, well, if I knew you're going for something, I'd be blocking for you. What do
Wow.
I have? What do I have to? Why do I have to? I don't have to win. You're going for a platinum. I would block for you. I'd knock people around. Gee, if I knew that was on the line. The thing is, I showed up late to the party, right? So I didn't know. So that's on me for working.
Oh my gosh.
But that's good. Anyways, um, so I have been. I went back to Skyrim yesterday. I was very defeated after the fact that there's a glitch in my game, and it made me quite sad. And it was the vampire. I got the hoochie, and she's been okay. Like I got her and the swimsuit model, and so they've been running around with me all over Skyrim to take on everybody. So life is good for me, right? But then you realize there's a part of this game that you can't get to, and it makes me kind of sad because it's like, oh, okay, I really I like vampires have been going rampant all of a sudden around Skyrim, so it's like I want to take them out, right? And so I get to the place where next thing, so I meet up with her dad or whatever I'm supposed to, right? And so the door won't open for me. It's the glitch, right? And apparently it happens to everybody except for you because you're the insider, so you get able to get inside the castle and with no problem. So I did a mod because you say, hey, look up this mod and you get in, right? So okay, so I did that and talked to Vampire Dad, and then girl went away, and I said, okay, that's it. And then it's like, oh, okay, well that's not as fun. So I figured I'll keep killing off everybody. And the best part is now that I've put a mod in the game, Now everything I do, I don't win trophies because I'm modding the game, right? So it's like, oh, for Pete's sakes. So, and I've already gone too far past it to go back and have to do everything over again, like a good 10 hours of gameplay, right? So it's like I'll finish the game with my with Charlie's Angels. I'll do that, and then I'll do the okay vampire. Let's deal with it, right? So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I was a little down because you get that roadblock in your life, and you need like, oh man, oh, you just want to play your game, and why couldn't they have fixed this with all the other stuff they fixed up and patched? But this, and of course your voice in my head going, see, piece shit, yep, piece shit. And then he goes, well, slime climb will slime climb. Slime climb will slime climb. So that's good. But besides that, I am very interested. There is the PlayStation sale, all right, and this came down before the Xbox news, the speaker news, right? So Jim Jack John. Um, so it's like, oh, I could pay like $5 for the Tomb Raider, uh, uh, what anniversary game, right? $5, that's not a bad game. But then I think, well, I could save the $5 and not, and just save $5, and so therefore, when the PS5 comes out, I'll have that money in the jarro, as the kids say, and then I'll be able to spend it on like a PlayStation 5 game, perhaps online, right? So. I poor Tomb Raider, but that's okay.
Yep, that's
I'm
what I've been
sure.
doing all year long. Because I only have the 5 games, so well, you're not on the list. Sorry.
Nope, you're off. That's right. Saving that scratch. That's for sure.
Saving that scratch.
Saving that scratch. There, that's a better name for their episode than
I'm not
Gap.
naming the episodes, dude. They're numbered now.
Okay, well, you got a name. You got to put a little sizzle to the steak.
No, no. That was the whole
Bang,
point of like rename or renumbering and retitling. I
bang,
had to worry about
bang
episode
one out.
titles.
Bang one out. Here, put that on there.
Bang. What?
Bang one out. Bang one out. Doesn't make any sense, but we're doing provocative titles to get, but no Gap Dream Babies. None of that. None of that. Gap. Anyways, so besides that, to slow this show down to a halt, what have you been reading then?
Nothing. I haven't
Yep,
read
there,
anything.
slow it right
So
down. There you go. Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
why
I
would
do
you?
want to say before I
Because
or
September is Walking Dead month, so
I
you've been
mean,
pretty much
yeah,
a
I'm
zombie.
supposed to be, but I just haven't had the motivation, so it's whatever.
No,
Um,
all that sleeping.
nothing. Um, but like back to the whole remaster remake thing. It's like if you look at Resident Evil 2, the way that was done, and not Final Fantasy 7 because that's like a multi-part. That's not how it should be done. After that crap, that game's gonna be like not done for like 10 years, which is ridiculous. Or that whatever. It's a whole thing. No
And
matter why.
is it gonna be on PS5 now, the next part, or
Obviously, they're not. I mean, it's probably gonna be on both. I would imagine, but we'll see. Um, but it's like it's Square
just
Enix
think how
Enigma,
good it
so it's
look in
like honestly, it's all it's
4K?
going. It's all it's coming. Um, but yeah, effing, for Resident Evil 2, that's kind of like the template of how to do it because that was like the best in my opinion as far as like remakes go. I haven't played I mean, I have Shadow of the Colossus. I haven't played the remake, but there's like some good remake stuff out there. So as far as remasters go, that's not the same. It's just like the game being put out and like updated to current standards and not really modernized. It's just like updated to like whatever the graphical fidelity and like visual quality of the time is. So it's not really taking in what was done and then like retooling it to make it awesome and like modern. It's just like a port with like it's basically better than backwards compatibility because like you're not playing the old version, you're playing a modernized or modern not modernized a modern version. A remake is like a modernized version where it's basically just been built from the ground up to be a modern game of like whatever that series was. So it's like those are like the different variations. But like I will always like prefer the remakes because it's a cool concept because it's like it had never been done before. Resident Evil 2 came along and it's like wow, that was like effing fantastic. It's like but then it's kind of you can make the argument that like I mean I don't mind remasters either because since we're losing backwards compatibility slowly but surely as time goes by, it's like I kind of want to go back and play, some of my old favorites, but I just can't because, or I just don't want to pull out an old console and like hook it up because it's like it's not worth the effort. So it's like I'm cool with either way. So it's whatever. So yeah.
Good. All right then. Well, if we reach the end, then I think we can sign off then, good sir.
If I played anything else, I played some Gwent. I did actually end up spending money in that game, but that's just
No,
because
Tekken.
like it was only
Tekken.
25. Well, it was like not that much money. It was like $25 or something. It was just, but it's like
Oh,
I wanted it. It's like it's fine. I'm
just think
I'm
how
fine
many
with spending the money. I played that game for like 30 hours. It's fine. It's like it's whatever, dude.
think how many pizza pops you could have had with that
Not very many. It's like
$25.
that's not a lot of money. And it's like when Geralt comes back as the neutral skin, I'll probably buy that too because I kind of regret not getting it because I keep thinking to myself, man, I want that Geralt skin. But then the more I think about it, the more I'm like, if when this game goes offline, I will only be able to play training mode with this stuff. But it's like, I mean, I can still play it at least. It's not like another, what other free to play online games where it's like I'm just locked out of it forever when it's offline. So I can still have some functionality and look at the pretty cards. So I mean, I didn't buy any cards because
Yeah,
I'm not that much of a sucker. So
she nymph. That's my favorite card.
they're called dryads. Thank you very much.
She witch of the she nymph of the Hoochie land. That's so Gwent the Witcher. Okay, so is this the game you
Actually, I
play?
played the adventure game too because there's like
Oh,
a
thank
game
you.
that's like a
Yes.
board game that's like with Witcher characters. It's got weird rules though, and I was just like, yeah, I just wanted to play it so I could say I played all the Witcher this year. So I literally played all the Witcher games. So that was interesting and not.
And so you haven't picked up the Avengers game. You said
I'm
you
not getting that until it's on sale because it's like, yeah,
what are the reviews you've been hearing?
I haven't seen any because I guess they're still air quote in progress. So we'll see. But it's like I just, whatever. Too bad we'll never get the X-Men, but if we did, that'd be great. But even then, $20, $20 or no sell. So I don't really want to spend money on that game. So
Does this okay? Does it feel like a Destiny game for you?
yeah, there's that too, dude. Because actually, I just asked Gamer about it. He said it's like a better Anthem. So there you go. That's like kind of all I needed to hear as far as like it is kind of two in the games of service lane.
Yeah, but we
And
talked.
PS5 is like right around the corner, so it's like I know I can do better because better's here almost.
Is this why they threw the Avengers out this early? You think that's kind of like it would have been a November release, but they threw it out early because they had to get some kind of money out before the PS5 was announced?
I
Do you
mean,
think that's
I thought it was backwards compatible though, so I don't
is
know.
that what if I was a Keebler elf, I would have done that.
I mean, I guess it makes sense though, because you don't want people
You got to
spending
make
money on the
money.
hardware and like having no money to spend on the game.
That game came out like what, late August, early September?
September, early September.
So yeah, early September. Now that's usually like a Madden time for that to come out. Not really new release games. I know some games do come out.
No, 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 no. I
I
think
do
I
know
think
some games. Yeah.
September through the end of the year is like new release time. It's the fall
But usually
avalanche.
it's but usually it's the November. Back when I worked at EV, it was like, yeah, you get your September
Yeah,
games
but
a
that's
little bit, and then
that's not
October you
that's
start
not how
ramping it
game
up. But
releases
that
work now, though, dude. It's like games are coming
no,
out all the time, and then like as far
because
as like,
Call of Duty killed it. Call of
mm,
Duty killed new release dates. They killed them, and they made people spread out the games, which isn't a bad thing because Lord knows how many games do you need to have come out in November, 1 month before Christmas. Not that many. So to spread it out, it's nice. I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
that being said, dude, that took a long time for that to happen because like there were a lot of games being sent to die in November that were just like not selling or did not have a chance to like go up against the heavy hitters, and just like it took a long time of like that happening for publishers to finally get it take the notes and be like, oh, look at our research over the last 10 to 20 years. Maybe we should just like spread out the releases and sell more copies of games. How about that? There's 12 months in a year. Who knew?
Yeah, but there's only one Christmas. Just remember that,
That
Tekken.
doesn't that doesn't
The elves
matter,
can't
dude.
change that.
It's
The
not.
elves can't
That's
change that.
that's not that has like a positive effect, but it's only going to go so far. It's not every person's going to be like, you know what I want for Christmas? That Buff and Tekken Save the Universe #5. It's like not everybody is going to like want the same thing, and it's like it's
I would.
going
I'd buy two.
it cannibalizes sales. It doesn't boost sales, dude. It has both a positive and a negative effect. Mostly probably negative because it's like people are spending on other things as well. So it's like they have a limited amount to spend on other things besides the games. So it's like it actually probably has a reverse effect.
Like medicine.
And other and other gifts because it's a gift holiday that you. I mean, it's been commercialized and like ran into the ground like everything else in America. But it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I felt I thought about you, so I bought this thing for you because that's how I show my love and appreciation for you. Here's a gift.
Was that you who gave me that poop in a box for last Christmas?
No, that was not.
Because that's exactly what was on the card. What you just said was exactly on the card.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking it was you. You somehow mailed me your poop in a box, and that's what I got for Christmas. So thank you very much. Are you gonna blame the elves on this one too?
No, because elves
Okay.
don't exist. Are you saying that because you watched the Wonder Vision or whatever the F? Did you watch that?
No.
Okay, because there's a thing. There's like a whole bit about elves in that show, and I was like, did you watch that? Or
Is that?
Eurovision? There we go. That one.
Oh, that's the one with Will Ferrell
Yeah.
and the girl from Canada,
There's a whole bit about
Rachel McAdams
elves in that. Yeah. And I was
from
like, did you
Saint
watch that?
from St. Thomas, Ontario. 20 minutes from my home right here. I could just drive down one road, goes right to Rachel McAdams' land. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't be knocking on Rachel McAdams. All right.
I'm not.
She's
I
Canadian.
didn't say anything bad. I just said, did you get that from Eurovision? And you're like taking it
No.
all personal now.
Yeah, yeah. Now you're talking my country. Wait a second.
My country.
Let's get it. Let's get out the CNN and see what's going on with your country.
Har har
No,
har.
you're attacking my elves, the elf philosophy. That's okay. That's okay. When the elves take over, we'll see who's ruling the roost. I'm putting my money on the elves. They'll take care of me.
Oh my gosh. There's actually this
Anyway,
game called Shadowrun where like it's cyberpunk but with like fantasy
I
and there's
yep.
elves in it. So
Oh,
yeah,
there you
you
go.
should check that out.
There you go. That's good. All right then, Mister. Sign us off, will
All
you?
right, well before I sign this off though, I have to go back to my 10
Oh,
game challenge I didn't
okay. Oh
finish
yes, your 10 game
for
Wii
the
challenge.
Wii. So
You've been staring at your Wii for the last half an hour. So let us
shut
let
up.
us know. Let's go with your 10
All
game.
right. So I believe the initial 5 or I don't remember. It's whatever. But like you said 10 or I said 10 because I was like I can do more. I can do more. So here we go. 10 more. So WarioWare Smooth Moves. Super Paper Mario. Let's see. Metroid Prime Corruption. I think that was in my initial. I honestly don't know. It's like whatever. I'm starting over from 10, and once I get to 10, it's whatever. If it was in my other top 5, it's whatever. Endless Ocean, I believe that was the game I wanted to talk about. Or I meant the blue, the whatever. I said Endless Blue, but it's called Endless Ocean. Um, let's see what else. Punch Out. That's 5. And we got Sin and Punishment Star Successor. That's 6. Kirby's Epic Yarn. That's 7. Let's see. I guess I'll try to add in some third-party stuff here because
Yeah,
that's a lot of
yeah.
stuff.
Don't yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles. Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles got remastered. Yes, that's
Final Fantasy.
No More Heroes 2 because I said No More Heroes 1. So yeah, there we go. Trauma Team. Haha.
Oh, come on.
Zack and Wiki Quest for Barbarous Treasure.
Come
I
on.
believe that's 9.
You're just picking names
And then
now.
Epic Mickey. Boom. 10 games.
I'll give you Epic Mickey, but Zack and Zwiki? No, I'm not giving you that one.
That's
Give
a
me
good
another
game.
one.
Okay, fine. Sonic Colors. Boom.
There you go. Okay. You have now passed it. You want to ask me what my top 10 favorite Wii games
What are
were?
your top 10 Wii games?
I didn't have 10 games. Let's see. Zack and Wiki. That's number one. Zack and Wiki's Epic Adventure. No. Let's see. I didn't have many games for the GameCube. It was just I played. I had Animal Crossing. I had that.
We're talking about the Wii, dude. You're like,
Oh, Wii. Oh, sorry. I thought you went back to
no, because at the
GameCube.
beginning you're like, name 10 Wii games. I was like,
Oh, frick.
and I blanked
You,
out.
you know,
Because like the GameCube, I like named it off fast because it's like, dude, GameCube was pretty good.
I
GameCube
can't
was
even remember
solid.
the Wii. I can't remember the Wii one.
I can't
I got like Wii Sports, and I
remember.
just there wasn't any games that were like really were a
There's a
boom shaboom. You
there's
know
a
what I'm
Dragon Quest
saying?
game on Wii.
Yeah, swords.
Yeah, yeah.
See, there you go. See, working at a game store helps you remember some of this stuff. So, Trauma Center, that was one. I remember that for the Wii.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, because that was the game that everybody brought back real quick. Um, yeah. Oh, Billy, you said Billy and Zach?
Zach and Wiki Dude.
Oh, Zach and Wiki. Yeah, I remember that game now. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I remember the cover now. I because that they when they trade them in, right? You always see the games and oh, okay, 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents. I paid $40 for it. Yep, 10 cents. Sorry. Oh, sorry, 5 cents then. There you go. All right, Mister. Well, it was great to go down memory lane with you one more time, discussing all your loves of video games.
Yep.
'Cause
And
I,
hopefully I have PS5 info, because man, I am itching like a junkie for that,
itching like a junkie.
or twitching
There's
like
your
a junkie, or whatever
it,
junkies
it,
do.
oh oh trust me, itching like a. That's what they do. Trust me. I can tell you without having to have to do drugs. That's exactly what they do. Absolutely, 100%, 100%. And itching
Uh,
and twitching, itching and twitching, but more itching and then twitching. That's so. If you want to be more specific, that's how it is. And
oh,
pulling up their pants, and pulling up their pants,
all right.
and pulling up
So
their pants.
I did not get a chance to think of an outro, so I'll just like try to come up with one here on the fly. But that's it for TKKN and Buff Save the Universe. So until you see or hear from us again. Thanks for watching, and we're now signing off. And you've all been saved, and
By
can
elves.
can shower us in praise and thank us because we're awesome.
And don't forget to support your elves.